I'd take it. Any day.
Anyway.
If you're telling me you're not, fuck off.
Bite down on the pillow. I'm coming in dry.
No, that's not fun. That is not fun for either party.
Well,
Either party, yikes. Hurt.
Yowzers. Anyway, back to
Where are we going baseball?
we're going baseball.
Once again, Jaylen Brunson, King of New York.
King of New York right now. He is right now.
Love you, bro.
Absolutely. So first objective: fire your mayor, Perkins. Fire him.
You don't like the mayor?
No, I hate him. He's lost Celtic Nation. We'll talk about that at the end of this. But anyway,
What, he said something about y'all?
there was a rift between him and Scalabrini, and
Oh, Jesus. Don't let
Yeah.
that bullshit get in the way.
it was more than that, though. There are other players that have spoken against him. Just as
Against the New York mayor?
well, first of all, doing that, and his takes on the Celtics were a little.
He's a fucking politician. Why would we listen?
Yeah. So anyway, but
They don't know
anyway,
shit about sports.
that's the end of this. Segment 2, baseball. Break up the Red Sox and the Mets, America. Break them up now.
Fire.
Talk about collision course.
World
Look,
Series bound.
World
both
Series.
of
This is
them.
going to be a repeat of '86. I'm telling you. Hopefully there'll be no Bill Buckner.
I hope it's a repeat.
But both teams. Kudos to both teams because I'd given them a rating Wednesday, but I wanted to get his take on the Mets right now. Right, if the season ended today, they are both in.
Both teams 6.
And they are both dangerous. So they are both playing dangerously. They are dangerous right now. Either one of them is going to be a tough out, right? The way they're playing right now. Are they going to maintain that? I don't know. But I know this. After 90-some-odd games, you can't call them a fluke right now. You just can't. Either one of them. So, but I'd given you my take on the Red Sox. My thing was this. I hadn't talked to you much over vacation, but I know you were watching. Given how the last 2 weeks they closed, as they head into the break, what would you like most of the last 2 weeks? And then give them a rating, give them a grade. What would you grade them first half overall?
Well, so first of all, I'd like to thank you for not judging me for how up and down I've been. Because even I think like 3 days ago, I sent you a text about doing a fire sale. But here's the thing. A bad bullpen will do that to you. Okay? If you ever experienced a Major League Baseball team that you love with a shit bullpen, it's hard to stay the course and believe.
It is.
Because there are just some games that they let go, and you go, holy shit.
It's Russian roulette.
How the fuck could we have just been up 7-2, and now we're fighting for our lives?
It's hard to have confidence from something that does not inspire confidence.
But here's the
If
thing.
anything, there's question marks everywhere.
But here's the thing. Every other part of the team is showing up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Starting pitching,
Yep.
they're not great,
No.
but they've pitched well.
They've been solid.
The lineup, one of the best in baseball since mid-May.
Yep.
Over 5 runs a game.
Can't argue with that.
So they're actually a good team. And if they just tweak the bullpen, I'm not saying don't trade anybody big right now.
Yeah. I wouldn't.
But
Not the way they're playing.
they do have a couple starting pitchers that, yeah, they're fine, but like they're about to have 6 pitchers. Kodai Senga, Manaya,
Yeah.
who the fuck is the other? David Peterson's been great. So
Yeah.
they're getting Kodai Senga back. So
Yeah.
right now they have 5 starters. So they could trade one of those guys who's not a star.
Yeah.
Pick one of them
Yeah.
and see if you can, I don't know, get something in right field.
Okay.
Or obviously bullpen arms.
And as they stand today, they're 49-45. Is that right? Did I read that? 49-45.
Three games over.
49-46.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that it's over, because we're on the
No,
All-Star
you might
break,
be right.
it's one of the.
This would have made it 5 games over. They lost it, so I think you're right.
Yeah.
Pull it up.
Pull it up. But anyway, you have to get. I gave the
I'm
Reds.
sorry, I didn't give them a grade.
Give them a grade. First half, in totality, what grade would you give them? I mean, they're in the playoffs, right? If this thing ends today, they're in.
I mean, I think I'd have to give them like a mid-7s grade.
A C.
No, like 7 point something. I guess that's a C.
I was thinking that's a C. I was thinking.
So,
I was
don't
thinking
know.
more letter grade.
When I think of the pizza scale that they
Okay,
do
you're
on
going
bar
there.
school,
Okay.
they do like if you're over 7, like you're good. So I don't want to give them too much credit because they had one of the worst Mays I've ever seen,
But
and they have the worst bullpen. Not a bad bullpen. The worst bullpen I've ever seen. Before today, they were pitching at an 8 ERA.
So
An 8 ERA.
Okay, this is my-
So, yes, you could get a C, but I'm still happy.
Well, the thing is,
Because at one point I thought it was an F.
well, I'm saying they're in the playoffs.
Right.
You didn't think 2 months ago they'd be in this position.
No.
right now. Not even close.
No.
You didn't think.
Yeah,
they'd be,
I mean,
you didn't think it'd be 500.
Yeah. No, and on that on that level, I want to give them a B+.
I thought it'd be at least a B+ because they're in.
I know, but it's like...
If you're in, Art.
But why did you have a month where you acted like you couldn't play baseball? What the fuck was that?
Well, that's why you give them a B+.
Well, that's why I was giving
Because
them a C+.
they overcame. No, they're in the playoffs. Look it, unless you're the Dodgers, who is the prohibitive favorite, or maybe I don't know. I don't know how people are the Yankees.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Then if he said best case scenario, they get in the playoffs. If everything went right, they might get.
That's true. I
They
actually
might
said
get in.
their ceiling
So
was a third wild card.
Was
team.
the third wild card.
So they've reached their ceiling.
That to me would be an A, because if they get it, you got to give them an A, because that's the farthest you thought they could go. That's where I was going with. That's why I gave the Red Sox an A+, because
But-
I thought they'd be in last place right
yeah,
now.
but I guess my point is like I want to give a team an A that's
give it a B+.
like
If you said the first
The
month of the season
Dodgers.
sucked, that's why they don't get an A. Give them a B+. That's fair, because for 4 weeks they stunk it up. You can get away with that. I understand.
well it was the first 5 games. Then they got good again.
Yeah.
Then they disappeared in May, and then they've had one of the best Junes ever
For them, yeah.
So
And if the playoffs began today,
They'd be in.
they're in. That's why, if you want to say B+, because
and I think they'd be playing the Brewers.
it'd be an interesting matchup.
The Brewers are good. The
Yeah.
Brewers swept them first series of the year, but that was
The first series of
not
the
the
year.
Mets right now.
No, they're playing much better than that.
The Brewers are really
That's what I'm
good.
saying. To me, if you're not the Yankee or the Dodgers or the Yankees or Baltimore, who people thought was a contender, any team that's in the Kansas City's getting an A, and they're 2 games out, because when the fuck was last time Kansas City was this good? And they're good.
Well, they've been ascending.
Yeah, but they are legitimate. They're a good baseball team. They really are. That was a hell of a series this weekend.
Remember, Kansas City won a World Series in 2015. It's been a minute, but
I forgot about that.
see, I remember it because they beat the fucking Mets.
Oh, that's right.
And the year before it, they lost in the World Series.
Yeah. So they had a 2-year run there in the mid.
They were good for a minute.
Okay. All right.
But still, that's 9 years ago that they won it.
And before that, they were terrible. I mean, they were terrible. They were doormat. They were terrible, bent over proverbially. That's how that's.
There have been like nothing since George Brett.
Yeah, since George Brett, they've been bent over.
And this kid, God damn it, what's his name? Bobby Witt.
Every year was a plow fest. In
Bobby
Minnesota.
Witt Jr. is starting to
After he retired.
set records, like in the George Brett area. Like, oh, he's the first guy to do that since George Brett. My dad was like, geez,
George Brett. The 80s.
It's a long time
That's a
ago.
long time ago. I can say that now, and it's okay. I can accept it for what it is.
Bobby
But-
Witt Jr.
But I give the Mets, I'd say A because they're in. But if he says B+, because I get that.
I was saying C+. I think
C+ to me is too low.
I think it's a different rating, and the way you talking about it,
It's too low. They're in the fucking playoffs.
yeah.
Given some of the things he said, they
I know,
should
it's
not
just like-
be in the playoffs.
But the thing is, they have
But they
the
are.
highest payroll in baseball.
And they're in the playoffs.
Right.
But there were teams like, where the fuck is San Fran?
No, I'm
Or rather,
saying,
San Diego?
when I think about the players, what the players have done, yeah, I really do.
They should be at least a B+ to me. I get a B+ because that month did suck. But they're in.
Yeah.
They're in. So the Red Sox, I gave them an A because I never thought I'd see them anywhere near this.
Yeah.
Near this. And after Baltimore wiped their ass with them, I was like, all right, that's done. But the way they responded from that,
Yeah.
I mean, they've beaten from the Yankees twice, the Phillies. I mean, they've tangled with some heavyweights. I still wouldn't pick them against Baltimore in a series, no way. But
They're playing better than Baltimore right now.
they are right now. Baltimore, yeah. By the way,
Baltimore got out of there
yeah,
without getting swept by the skin of their
teeth.
nuts.
Yeah.
Did you
no,
see it?
Yeah.
Did you watch it?
Well, I saw the final inning where the Yankees.
Did you see the blown ground ball?
No, I
and then
missed.
oh,
That's the part. Yeah.
let me show you. You got to see this.
I
too.
mean, the thing is, the Red Sox are 4.5 games out of first.
Baltimore.
How the fuck is that
Dude,
possible?
Baltimore should have gotten
Like,
swept.
Yeah.
They got lucky. Let me show you this play.
I mean, they're 4.5 games out of first. Nobody would have said that to me 3 months ago.
Yeah.
Nobody. They're going to be within
And
5 games of first. No one would have said that.
Mets are 3 games behind the Braves.
I'm saying nobody would have said this to me 3 months ago. Nobody. Not even 2 months ago. No. So kudos to Alex Cora.
All right, let's watch this. It's only a minute. It's Baltimore's inning. They're down 2. No. 1 out.
Yeah, I didn't get
Man
him.
on first. He walks again.
He walks the guy in a second.
2 outs, man on first and second.
Walks
another
guy.
player. Oh my God.
That's terrible.
Easy bouncer to short. 2 outs.
If he turns
bobbles
around, you're going to see a loaf.
He bobbles it.
It's a loaf. Fresh loaf.
Look. I mean, he hit a lazy fly ball.
He tripped over.
Look at this. Look at this.
He
Look at
tripped.
this.
This is funny.
I guess
to
it
me.
wasn't
Watch.
lazy,
But he, watch this. He trips over a pristinely cut outfield. There's nothing in that
there was
outfield.
a sniper. Well, actually, I shouldn't.
There's nothing in that outfield to have caused what happened there. That's the ultimate moment.
That was a loaf pincher, right?
That was a loaf pitcher.
For both of them.
Yeah. Big and steamy.
Now, here's the other part that sucks for them.
Steamy.
In the top of the 9th, they were down 3-2 going into that.
Yeah.
And I think it was 3-2. And Ben Rice, their rookie, hit a 3-run homer to give them the lead. They went up 5-3. Yeah, it was 3-2 going into the top of the 9th.
So
they
the
hit a
rookie-
3-run homer going to the
The
bottom of the
rookie
9th.
answers the bell.
Goes into the 9th, up 5-3. Clay Holmes. Well, no. Clay Holmes did not blow that game. He got a ground ball to end it, and he got a fly ball to end it. And neither play was made. So I can't. He walked a couple guys, but he got out of it. They just couldn't. He couldn't make the plays.
I mean,
Rough one for the Yanks.
look at.
They're still like 18 games over.
I know, but the Red Sox are 4.5 back of them.
But are you guys 10 games over 500?
11.
Damn.
I don't know what to say. I don't know what to say. I can give you the numbers. Other than Devers and Kelly Jansen, who I knew would be good, the rest of this, no fucking way.
Duran
is unbelievable.
Duran's a beast.
He's a fucking beast. I mean,
Rafaela,
Reef Schneider, they're loaded.
Dude, and fucking Devers, man.
And I said Devers, I expected though.
Dude, yeah, but he's got a hurt shoulder right now.
He had another dinger.
today.
He had a dinger today. I was like, this motherfucker's just hit laser show. Fucking laser show. He's flirting with 300 now.
Interesting, because I've underestimated him sometimes. Maybe it's the way he's built. I don't know.
He doesn't look like what he's doing.
Yeah,
He looks like he could be a good player, but not this. This is MVP shit. He's doing it. If it wasn't for fucking the judge doing what he's doing, people would be talking about Devers right now in the month he's had. The fucking, what's his nuts there? The judge hit the number 34, whatever it was, 35 today.
34.
Yeah, give me a fucking break. I mean, he's fucking.
He's still got 2.5 months, and he's got 34 bombs already.
Disgusting.
I mean, I guess.
Pitch around him.
I don't know.
What the fuck you doing?
Do you think he'll hit 18 a month? No, that's too much, right? I think 13 would be the absolute most he hits in a month.
Either way, he's going to flirt with 50, easily. He's going to flirt with 50. I mean, if you hit over 50 home runs in a season,
It's a lot.
that does not happen very often.
Well, his rookie year, he set the rookie home run record with 52.
Yeah.
The next year, Pete Alonso beat it, rookie record with 53. But then Judge came back and said, okay, I'm not a rookie anymore, but now I'll hit 62.
Yeah, I mean, look. 50 home runs is a lot.
Yeah.
40 home runs is a lot.
And he's got 34. at the
Yeah,
break.
I mean, you hit over 40 home runs, you're a stud. You're a stud. You're an A-lister. So
And he's not a big strikeout. Like, he's a
he
hit for
doesn't.
average
Yeah,
guy,
he
too.
actually does not strike out a lot. So the thing is, the Red Sox, what they have done, I don't have the words.
Breathtaking.
Yeah,
Speechless.
yeah. I'm speechless. Me, Mr. Mouth himself.
You've really done it.
Mm-hmm.
You've really done it, Red Sox.
You've done the unthinkable.
So are they the third wild card team?
They are right now, but they're only half. thing is, Minnesota keeps fucking winning. I think they lost
is
today. though.
Minnesota ahead
they're
of
like
y'all?
they're like a game. They were a game and a half.
Dude, the
behind.
Central is actually a pretty good.
Cleveland too.
Cleveland's good.
Cleveland's
And
good.
Detroit while their record is kind of middling, like they'll fuck you up. They just beat the
Fuck
Dodgers.
the Dodgers 2 out of 3.
Yeah,
Like,
on some bad
out in
walk-offs.
fucking L.A.
The Dodgers pooped.
I mean, now Mookie Betts is not playing.
That wasn't L.A. That was in Detroit.
Okay. Mookie
Because
Betts
they
is
walked
not.
off on him twice.
I mean-
did you see the walk-offs?
Yeah, I saw them.
One, the Dodgers pooped. They threw the ball into left field.
That was terrible.
Yikes.
That was.
They gave up 5 runs in the bottom of the ninth.
That was,
Oh, man.
Yeah,
5 runs in the bottom
that
of the
was-
ninth. That's a pinch. That's a loaf
That's a
pincher.
love pitcher. That cool.
Those hurt.
Yep. Long and
They just.
long and steamy.
They're quick and.
But they're long.
No, but it's a full. It's a full
It's like
log.
a submarine comes out of your ass.
It's a full log. Hurts.
I'm saying it's a nuclear submarine comes out with the damn
Right, but it shoots.
with the propeller on the back end.
No. Oh. God. Fucking sick bastard. Oh, I felt that.
I know. So did I.
Jesus.
I said with their propeller, like, oh. But that was a colon clincher
Oh,
right there.
Jesus. Yeah,
That was a colon clincher.
That was a clutch my pearls moment too.
Yeah, it was both.
Oh, Jesus. Oh. God. Propeller.
I didn't mean to do that.
God.
I went too far, America. I think it's safe to say I've gone too far.
Dude, I feel disgusting right now.
I know.
This weather sucks.
I know. And
It's
now
like I
you're-
want to keep talking, but Jesus Christ.
It's terrible.
Fucking
So
sweating
anyway,
my ass
I
off.
give the Red Sox an A. So B plus. Wow, he really is giving them a tough grader. Tough crowd. They're in the fucking playoffs.
No, you're right.
They're playing well.
I want to be a little stubborn here and have high standards, but it's an unrealistic standard.
They're in the.
So understand my thinking, all right? They've disappointed the past couple of years, okay? So it's like I'm trying to hold back from giving an A, all right? Because I'm tired of the
B plus
the
is
disappointment
fair.
in the end. No, I know it's fair. I'm just being
I'm not
skeptical.
saying he's got to give him an A.
I'm being skeptical.
I never said you had to give him an
I'm being skeptical.
Okay.
But I think I need to stop being skeptical because there was a time early in this season when I said 2 things about the Knicks and the Mets, were that no matter what's going to happen, they're always going to keep fighting. Now, for a month, I stopped believing that because they suck that bad. But maybe that's not what was happening.
A. No,
Maybe I was a little soft, gave up a little too soon.
maybe.
Okay? Maybe that happens to me a lot because there's been a lot of misery with this franchise. However, let's enjoy the ride. I think you're right. It's probably
I think it's a B plus.
you got to give
because you can't ignore the month. He's right. He's not over exaggerating. That
give-
was
I'll
bad
give-
because I was getting nightly texts. It was bad.
but you also can't ignore the current thing that is their
that's why
bullpen.
I think, and that's still there. That's why B plus to me is more than fair because that bullpen could still derail it. If they don't do something about it, it will derail it.
It will derail it. You
So-
can't win in the play. Now, look, I don't know how much longer their offense can keep this up, but they seem pretty like it's kind of changing off who hits in this lineup. That's when you know you have a good lineup.
Yeah,
Because one guy will go in a slump and 2 other guys will
yeah.
pick up the like. It's not like, oh God, if this guy's not hitting, we're fucking.
No,
We're bunting for hits out
they
here.
are one of the best lineups in baseball. It's
pretty deep.
They're pretty consistent.
They hit with runners in scoring
Yeah,
position.
that's the other thing, and they've got multiple weapons here. It's not just Pipe Alonso and no.
Well, they've got Grimace.
Yeah,
They've got OMG.
OMG.
Have you seen that?
Yeah.
Have I played you the song?
You have, and I've seen the damn thing.
Now they've got Glizzy Iggy,
He's the one I can't.
dog who ate
Yeah.
a hot dog the other night. He was kind of creepy.
He's kind of creepy.
Earlier in the season, we had the Rally Pimp.
Oh yeah, I remember the
Okay,
rally. Yeah.
the Rally
Forgot about
Pimp took us out of the doldrums of 0-5 and propped us up to where I think we got to 4 games over 500, and then we came crashing down. And then out of nowhere, a gift from the fast food heavens. Grimace, you big purple chunk.
That's
you threw out the first pitch, and we took off from there.
Or I'm sorry, Nimitz, not Grimace.
Since then, Jose Iglesias has turned into Enrique Iglesias.
Not seriously, not Grimace.
Jose Iglesias has turned into Enrique
Yeah.
Iglesias.
I'm saying.
He's performing the song before the home run derby
Yeah.
tomorrow night.
I think that's when it started.
OMG.
Yeah, when he started, when that song, that's the game where I remember everything all of a sudden going like this.
Well, a few things
And
happened.
they were good before that, but that's where it really kind
So
of
a
went.
few things happened. It seems like JD Martinez finally felt comfortable enough to say, "Hey guys, get your heads out of your asses. Let me help you." That's one thing that happened.
Yeah,
Alvarez.
but then he lost me.
What?
Martinez
With
lost
the
me.
shoes. Well, come on. No, I think we have to. understand that's who he is. Remember,
Is he back or is he hurt?
he's back. He's back. He didn't miss much. He didn't miss. But, like, I'll give him the benefit of the doubt. Because I also kind of crushed him.
All that, he's
I also
back.
kind of crushed him.
back in 2 days.
Listen, I also kind of crushed him for having to be in spring training for so long as a DH.
He has to adjust.
But here's
I'm
the
just
crazy
hitting?
part. But here's the
My
crazy
life
part.
got easier?
Then he got to the Mets and he didn't hit well. And it took him probably 3 weeks to get comfortable. But now he's actually impacting the team. So that's why I can't crush the guy, because he's changed the team and the team dynamic. Now also, while he was getting comfortable, Francisco Alvarez was out. Their catcher.
Catcher.
Spark
But he had
plug.
a legit injury, though.
Oh, yeah, he had surgery on his
He actually
thumb.
had an injury.
But, I mean, him coming back, JD Martinez getting comfortable. Then they got Luis Torrens. They got rid of Omar Narvaez, their other catcher, who I think he was like, I don't know how many base runners had stolen on him. It was insane. Like 27 straight base runners had stolen on him. They bring in Luis Torrens. Alvarez comes back. This guy Torrens is he's 8 of 11.
Yeah.
11 base runners have tried to steal on him.
Yeah.
He's got 8 of them out.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
That's insane.
Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
40% would be Hall of Fame
Really
worthy.
good. He's up over like 70, somewhere around there. He's flirting with 70.
He's 8 of 11.
That's crazy.
Insanity.
So, no, they are legitimate. The Red Sox are legitimate. It's funny, we're both thinking the same thing in our maybe in the bullpen. The Red Sox already added one. Let's see if they go after it. Now, they were talking about I went up there, I was listening to the sports guys up there again. I was listening to the Sports Hub with Maz and Falga and Maz. And Jay Murray, who I'm going to blast in a minute. But anyway, the thing is, when they're talking about the Red Sox, the question came up: Does Henry even care? And they, of course, them being them, he's not even listening. My sources tell me that they don't know. The people we talk to don't think he listens or cares. Either way. And then they got the Red Sox beat writer on the morning show the next day, and she goes, "Oh, really? The guy's all about money, right? Well, what about this wouldn't help money-wise? Because they're trying to get fannies. By the way, there were 35,000 people that get the game today. That was the largest crowd they had all year. Why? Because they're winning. And if that brings in more money, then she goes, you think Henry won't do that? He's all about money. Of course he will.
It's hard to dedicate time and money to a team that's losing. When teams win, it brings people in.
The thing is, they were losing because he didn't invest in the players. Because they had a team that it was built for a dynasty, and he let it just fall apart. He fell asleep at the wheel.
He started pinching pennies.
Yeah, he started pinching pennies when he had more money. He owns 2 fucking professional franchises, world class. This man is not hurting for fucking money.
Does he own Chelsea? Or?
I forget which one, but it's a big.
It's not Manchester, right?
No, but it's $1 billion value. They're a min. Like
those soccer teams are crazy.
They're crazy over there. We got to do that. We have to get over there for a soccer game. We have to pick a game. we have to party with these people. We'll probably both die in the crowd, but that'd be worth it. But,
I guess this Euro Cup is a big deal.
It
too.
is
I
a
didn't
big deal.
realize that.
Yeah, soccer over there is like football. It's football over here. Right?
Do we have a U.S. Cup?
We lost. We eliminated already. We had America's Cup, the Corpa something Cup, which was played today. I forget who won it. I didn't pay attention. It was
Copa America.
Copa America. That's it. And we lost.
Wasn't it in Canada?
I don't know where it was. We were favored to win it. We got bounced before.
We were not favored. No.
Yeah, we were favored to win it.
Oh, God.
And we blew it. We didn't even get to the call of they fired the coach. I'm sorry.
Well,
the men's soccer team is. Such
I was
a
actually,
fucking
dude.
joke.
I was rooting for England today.
The men's soccer team is they're the biggest fucking joke running. They really are. They've been a joke for a long time. Every time they
they never get close.
Every time they take a step forward, they take 4 steps back. It's like they get to the top of the step and they keep falling back down before they can open the door. It's so fucking funny. And it's like,
is there going to be a time where we break through and we're better?
Look, I don't know that much about. Joel could speak to this better than I could.
Soccer's not in the fabric of our culture the way
well,
the
that's
other
one.
ones
But
are.
they were saying that the coach they hired was the wrong hire from the get-go. So they were saying that this was the most talented team they'd had in a long time, but he botched up the last one that was supposed to be good, and he botched this one up. So like this fucking guy, if you give him the keys to the Ferrari, he'll crash it.
But I guess let me ask you.
So I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Are we losing because of a coach, or are we losing because the rest of the world is way ahead of us because soccer is actually the #1 sport in all these countries?
Yeah, it is. I don't know. The women are amazing. So the women's team been so good. They're actually slumping now, and they're still better than the fucking men's team. I mean, so I don't know.
But in these other countries, is women's soccer
Well,
big?
the best athletes in America don't play soccer. That's a fact.
True that.
They're playing basketball or football or hockey or baseball. They're not playing soccer.
Yeah.
So we're losing there. I mean, can you imagine LeBron James as a goalie? Who the fuck's getting a ball by him? Give me a
Dude,
fucking break.
I remember them talking about,
Or-
imagine Kobe Bryant as a swimmer.
Yeah.
He would be
I mean,
nuts.
come on. Give me a break. I mean, you talk, the thing, no, but I'm serious. Like, can you imagine fucking Shaquille O'Neal as a tight end? Who the fuck is covering him in the NFL? Just throw it up. Just throw it up. Fucking, there's nothing you can do about it.
Man, him taking knee shots.
Allen
though?
Iverson was a football All-American. He fucking could throw a football 60 yards. Allen Iverson. He was a Virginia. He played Virginia.
Yeah.
He was. I mean, he was 6'1". Imagine him as a quarterback. Think Michael Vick with a better arm. I mean, crazy say. So the thing is, like,
Could you imagine him as a soccer player?
you know how fast Allen Iverson is.
Could he dribble with his feet as good as his hands, though?
That's just practice.
That's true. That's just
You
a
have to
skill.
have great. You have to have great hand-eye coordination to be a basketball player, just like soccer. It's just not. It's the
But
hand.
hand-foot is different.
I didn't say it wasn't different,
It's
but you
different.
you acquire it the same way by repetition.
Yeah, that's true.
Repetition. So, but if you're not the
But
best
the
American
one
athletes,
thing-
we'll never know because they don't commit their time to it.
The one thing that's so strange is, like, sometimes you see the best athletes, right, in all sports, come out to throw the first pitch at a baseball game.
They can't throw.
What is up?
'Cause they never
guess
played baseball.
That's not athleticism. That's more of a skill that you have to learn. Is that what it is?
I've seen. You ever watch a wrestler try and shoot a basketball?
Oh, well, they're just they're weightlifters.
I'm saying it's the same thing. They're strong enough to do it, but they don't know how to do it. Their form is off. They look like throwing a baseball. They look that awkward. Why? The basketball's not heavy. They don't have any control over they're all, to his point, their weights, and they're not doing that. They're
But
not
I guess
working
I don't
on
know.
that.
For me, it feels like so. I obviously wasn't great at sports, but I was the type of person who was pretty good at a lot of different shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I could. So it blows my mind that somebody could be as good as they are in that sport, so good, and they can't throw.
If you don't practice that type of skill, because throwing is a skill, make no mistake. Okay.
Right, but it's like you
why do you think
throw the
pitchers?
bat-
Do pitchers make so? You know how hard it is to fucking be a pitcher.
You know how hard it is to be a hitter.
I know.
That's-
Well, yeah,
that's-
against
that's the more
against those pitchers. Christ's sake, those
Insane.
guys are amazing. But the thing is, like,
Those
the best
pitchers are so good that
yeah,
if you get 3 hits
yeah,
out of
the
10,
point
you're
is, the
great.
best athletes in America don't play soccer. They never have.
Yeah.
So that's the problem. And you can go get whoever. I don't think the coach matters because if your team doesn't have the talent that these other ones have, you'll never know. The only thing I do know is our best American athletes don't play soccer. That's a fact. That's not an opinion. That is a fact. What would that translate into? I don't know. But we'll never
So
know.
would you say in other countries most of their athletes play soccer? Most of their best
I think all of their athletes at some point kick a soccer ball.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
'cause
baseball
I've
used to
seen-
be here in football.
Because
is
I've
now.
seen like Embiid, I feel like fucking around with a ball on his foot.
Akeem Olajuwon.
Where's Embiid? Is Embiid from Cameroon?
I forget, but he's originally from somewhere over there. But Akeem Olajuwon was an amazing soccer player. Amazing
Feet, good footwork.
amazing footwork. And then, but it translated with his post moves to the basketball court. It did. So, I'm just saying that we'll never know about that. I don't know how we got off on the soccer tangent. Fuck them. Anyway,
Cameroonian. You got it right.
Mets, Red Sox. Kudos to both of you on an amazing first half. We both were surprised.
Pete Alonso is in the home run derby tomorrow night.
And that should be interesting. I wonder if Devers is going to be in it. Devers, by the way, has had a hell of a month. Wow. I mean, he bitch slapped the Yankees twice. I mean, just bitch slapped. Fucking bitch slapped.
Did he hit 2 home runs against them in one game?
Yeah. He had 4 in the series. He fucking bitch slapped.
Biatch slaps.
So he's playing. He's an all-star. He should be an all-star. If he's not, something's wrong. The year he's at. But anyway, lastly tonight, 2 things. One, Jaylen Brown, as most of you have been, and I've been getting my phone blown up over this as well. People have been saying the word that keeps coming up is snub. And I get, and Jim Murray, and I actually like Jim Murray. He usually has but he's way off on this one. And he said, I can't see people saying, well, it's not a basketball decision. Because Jaylen Brown does everything better than Derek White. No, he doesn't. Mm-hmm. And I can statistically prove he doesn't. He's nowhere near the shooter Derek White is. Derek White led all NBA guards in blocks, not Jaylen Brown.
What's his free throw percentage?
Higher. He's 90, Brown is 70. He does a lot of things better than Jaylen Brown. He has a better assist-to-turnover ratio, and he handles the ball more. He's a point guard. Okay, he's 3.5. He's 5 point. He led the Celtics in assists this year. More than an assist and a half per game, more than Jaylen Brown, who has the ball. I mean, you're kidding me. So Derek White is a better shooter. He's better efficiency-wise with the ball. He's a better defender. And he made back-to-back All-NBA teams. Brown hasn't made one. So to sit there and say that Jaylen Brown, here's the thing, and this is where fucking Jim Murray, shame on you. This guy's a role player. No. Let's be very clear, Jim Murray, okay? Derek White is not a role player. Peyton Pritchard is a role player.
Derek White scored 20 a game.
38 in one playoff game. Role players don't score 38 points in a playoff game.
What do you average a game?
Like 15, over 15 for the season. Because he's on the best lineup in basketball.
But every
He'd
time
be
I
averaging
see him,
20.
he scores more than that.
I'm saying, if he wasn't on the Celtics, he would have been an all-star this year. The last 2 years, the way he's played. But because he's on this loaded team, he doesn't get the credit that he deserves. This, to me, validates him. And from what I'm told, he was the first alternate on the list, ahead of all of them.
They signed him, didn't they?
Yeah. 4 years, $126 million.
It's a good deal.
Good deal. So, and I'm not saying, here's the thing. I want to be very clear. Jaylen Brown deserves to be on this team. But that doesn't mean Derek White is also not worthy. Okay? I would argue that you could put 5 Celtics on this team, but Porzingis is not American. And if he was, I'd say you could put 5 Celtics on this team and go win the gold medal. They're that fucking good. They're that fucking good, and they've proven it all season long. Okay? So to say that Derek White's a role player. Really, Murray? So Sam Hauser, Peyton Pritchard, Luke Cornett, those are role players. This dude is a stud. He's a starter in the best starting 5 in basketball. None of those guys are role players.
Yeah.
Jrue Holiday won game 2 for him. Role players don't go 26 and 11 from the guard spot. No, that dude's a stud. Okay? Shut the fuck up, Jim Murray. Role player. Derek White ain't no fucking role player, you donkey. Shame on you. You're fucking smarter than that. Fucking take your head out of your ass. Unfucking role player. Fucking no, dumbass fucking statement. He's not good enough as a player. Fuck you, he's not good enough as a player. And unlike him, and by the way, this whole thing started because Nike dumped Kyrie Irving 2 years ago. What happened 2 years ago with Kyrie Irving? Do you remember? With the movie and all the shit he said? Do you remember all that shit? Yeah. And by the way, that came on the heels of every other fucking stupid thing he's done in his career.
You mean like the Holocaust stuff?
All that stuff. Yeah, that was the last straw. I think Nike cut Kyrie Irving, Mr. I have better things to do than my job, okay? Or find a cause that no one cares about. Fucking the world is flat, Irving. They gave him a lot of slack before they cut him. Most other corporations would have cut that dumbass off a long time ago. They gave him a lot of slack, okay? And then Brown attacked them for it in the media for it. So they attacked for cutting Kyrie Irving because he was saying you guys have done a lot of shitty things in your whole thing, and they're like, and I'm not saying Nike hasn't, but you know why they pick you? To give them a positive representation, not to make them look like the village idiot. Who sponsors this?
Did he say the
Nike? Nike covers this moron? The guy thinks the world's flat. Who's in charge at Nike? That's what that looks like.
Did he bring up like China and the relationship they have with them?
I think so. He brought up a lot of shit. And I'm not saying those things aren't valid, but the point is, Kyrie Irving got the job with Nike as their because he's supposed to give them a positive. He's supposed to. That's his job. His job isn't to make them look like the village idiot for hiring him. And they gave him chance after chance after chance, and then finally after that crap with the fucking all that, then they cut him loose. Yeah. Mike Brown, what are you looking at? That wasn't 3 strikes. That was about 8 strikes. Okay.
Well, Kyrie's not on this team.
No, he's not either, and he shouldn't be. Because he doesn't represent everything. You know, these guys, it's all about not the best players. It's about the corporation or the billboard. I'm like, Steph Curry is not an all-time great. Kevin Durant is not. These guys can all still play, by the way. LeBron James, all 3 of those guys are worthy of being on this team. They'll average 25 points a game or more. Okay? Tatum, you can look at, I don't like Booker, but Booker's numbers don't lie. He can play. Okay? The guy was an all-star. Every guy on the fucking roster was an all-star but Holiday and White. But they both all made all-NBA defensive team. So they're worthy too.
And they were both key cogs on the title.
They're both starters on a title, not role player. Jim Murray, starter. A starter is not a role player. Not in this case. There are some like you want to say Kurt Rambis? Yeah, okay. This ain't Kurt Rambis. Okay, this ain't Michael Cooper. No, this is fucking this dude. No, Derek White is an all-star.
This ain't Isaiah Hartenstein.
He's better than him. Derek White is way better than him. Look at the money he got.
I know. I'm saying Isaiah Hartenstein's a role player.
He's a role player. Derek White ain't no fucking role player.
Right.
Okay, so for you to fucking say that is asinine. I'm not saying Brown is not deserving, but to say White isn't with all his numbers, and I put the numbers up there for you all to see. He's a better shooter. He's better.
When you think about it's funny that the numbers look like that. It's actually when you watch the game you can see it though. But
if you watch him play.
But if you were ranking them in terms of like who's a better player.
I didn't say Brown wasn't a better player. I never said he wasn't a better player. I said Derek White was deserving of this honor.
Right. Okay.
And by the way, here's another reason why.
But I guess the way you argued it was
he didn't
like,
call out Nike for dumping that moron Kyrie Irving. When anybody, by the way, Nike wasn't the only corporation that dumped Kyrie Irving. He lost a few sponsors over that shit. So if you're gonna call Nike out, call it the other ones. Okay. That's to me. That's even beside the point. That's not even that important. The bottom line is, Kyrie Irving did everything in his power to get fired, and Nike cut him break after break after break because of his talent, and then finally they had enough. So you can't sit there and say that wasn't justified because they hired him to give them a positive light, not this bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay. So in any event, but here's the thing: that wasn't my message for Jaylen Brown. My message for Jaylen Brown simply is this: one of the reasons that everybody loves you, and by the way, Stephen A. Smith thinks you should be on this team. So for the record, yeah, he said he just was proven right. You're not marketable because you will say things, and I'm not saying that Jaylen Brown is necessarily wrong because Nike has done some shitty things, and they have. I'm not saying that he's wrong there, but there's a time and a place, and if Nike doesn't hire you to blast them, they hire you to promote them. Okay, so you want to know why they're not going to market you, or because if they make a mistake or so you don't agree, you're going to go public with it, because that's what you do. And if you want to be that way, that's fine. But then don't be shocked when all this money doesn't come at you.
Jaylen Brown's been doing that?
He came after Nike for the Kyrie Irving thing. So, and when he said Stephen A. Smith, give you your sources, Stephen A. Smith could just go Nike.
So Nike makes the decision on who gets to be on the team.
I don't know if they do or they don't, but that seems to be the ongoing thing. Grant Hill said, look,
Grant Hill said it was a fit thing.
Grant Hill, well, his thing. Let me ask you a question.
Although he bumbled around it for way too
long.
long.
Well, yeah, because Grant Hill...
He should have just been like, yeah, I picked him.
Grant Hill, and I love you, Grant Hill. But here's where Grant Hill needs to learn how to have some... Seriously, this is your problem as a player. You would wait to take over. Listen, the thing is this. You can justify this very simply. When you look at how Jaylen Brown plays the game, they already have three guys that do that.
Yeah.
They do. There are three guys that do what he does.
I almost felt bad for
If you
Grant
want to
Hill,
sit there and say that he should have been on this team before Devin Booker, you could make that case. But that's not what he does. He's a slasher. Booker's more of a shooter. Jaylen Brown's not a knockdown shooter. He can get hot. He can shoot. But he's not a guy. He's shot 34% from the three-point line. Yeah. Derek White shot 39%. Derek White is a lot closer to a knockdown shooter than he is. With the team they have, think about LeBron and Kevin Durant and Jason Tatum. What do they need around them? Shooters. Knock down. Don't leave them open or you'll pay for it shooters. Derek White, if you're over 38%, that is what you are in the NBA. And go look it up. Okay? Because that's where he was, all right? So, and not only that, he's a great defensive player. He passes. He takes care of the basketball. He can make his free throws, Jaylen. He's 90, you're 70. You think they want you on the floor in a close game in the gold medal against France? If you can't make your free throws, that could determine the outcome. Oh, no. So Jim Murray, take that one and cram that up your crack, too. When you sit there and say, he does everything better than Derek White. No, he doesn't. He's not a better shooter. He's not. And statistically speaking, he's not even a better defender because Derek White averages more blocks than him. 0.2, the steals thing, he's 1.2, that's Jaylen. Derek's 1.0. That's a wash, basically. But in terms of the blocks, Derek White averages a block and a half a game. Jaylen Brown averages less than one. So explain that to me. Assist to turnover ratio. You got to take care of the ball. Jaylen Brown's a nightmare. And he's better than he was, but compared to Derek White, he's not even close. Yeah. And then there's the shooting thing. 3-point range and foul shooting. He's way better at both. So to sit there and say he wasn't, when Grant Hill says fit, that's what he meant, fit. And he does fit with what they want to do. He does. And I'm not saying Jaylen Brown shouldn't be on this team because I think he should. Get rid of Devin Booker.
Well,
get rid of some.
But also, if he had picked Jaylen Brown, you wouldn't have said anything. It would be like, yeah, he deserves it.
Well, they're only saying that because Jaylen Brown was not picked.
Right.
Jaylen Brown was already on this team. No one would have said
yeah.
So what my message to Jaylen Brown is this, and I get why you're pissed, but here's the thing. The reason everybody loves you is because you've been above this petty shit. So don't get petty now. Okay? Don't. Because honestly, you've got a ring, brother. Okay? You got a ring. Do you know what it means to have the greatest sports fan base in the world in your corner? And I don't give a fuck what New York say, because New York has 13 fucking teams. You're all divided up 13 fucking ways. There's only 4 fucking sports teams in this town, and every one of them has a devoted, loyal, worldwide fan base. The Patriots were the one that didn't until Tom Brady showed. Now they have a worldwide fan base too.
For the Knicks,
okay?
For the Knicks, we're not divided.
Brooklyn.
No, nobody's Brooklyn fan.
Brooklyn, New York, right in the boroughs.
Brooklyn fans,
right in the boroughs.
Brooklyn fans are from New Jersey.
When they got Kevin Durant and Kyrie and Harden, what was everybody saying?
New Jersey Net fans like them.
Brooklyn.
Nobody in dude.
They sold out that whole first year in Brooklyn.
Of course, they had 3 bigs. Who else sold out?
A lot of people thought they were in better shape than the Knicks were.
Who else sold out? Madison Square Garden.
That was 3 years ago. They weren't that good, were they?
It doesn't matter.
The Knicks were a doormat.
That is the one team in New York that everybody is unified on.
Okay.
All the other ones,
still not even close to the Celtic fan base. Not even close. Night and day.
I mean, well,
night and day.
Championships-wise, the teams aren't even close.
Well, we were winning them back in the 40s and 50s and 60s. They go back generationally, like the Yankees. They're like the Yankees, the Celtics. So of basketball, they are. Mm-hmm. And the Yankees are the Celtics of baseball. That's what they are. And if you look at percentage-wise, well, the game's been around 60 years longer. Yeah. That's why they have 9 more. They've been around 70 years longer, whatever it is. So, I mean, NBA started in 1946. So baseball was before
When did the Knicks come around? Same time as the Mets in baseball?
No, they were before them.
60s?
60s.
Mets came in 62.
I want to say either late 50s or early 60s, because they were trying to get Red Auerbach from the Celtics at the end of Red Auerbach's run, but he just retired.
50s?
Yeah, late 50s.
So the Knicks have been around for fucking
They've been around.
Forever.
I'm saying they haven't, but they're not the Celtics fan base. No fucking way.
I'm just saying, you can't tell me that
my
New York
point
is divided on basketball. They're not.
I'm talking about total teams. There's 2 in everything in New York at least.
Yeah.
Okay, and in Boston there's just 1.
I thought you were just talking about the
so
Celtics.
When I say all of Bruins fans.
You're talking about the Celtics, and I was talking.
I'm talking about the
Knicks.
Boston sports fan base as a whole. There's nothing like it. And what I'm trying to tell Jaylen Brown is, listen, you've got the best sports fan base in the world in your corner. People, they'll be not opinion. It's a fact. It's a fucking fact. It's a fucking fact. It's funny. Ask any other player that's won a title in Boston. They say the same fucking thing.
I'll be stubborn about this.
Be stubborn.
I'll even lie about this.
Lie all you want. Draymond Green has said there's something different about those guys. Magic Johnson says it. Everybody fucking says it. Look what happened to Kyrie Irving. Mr. Wets himself on the fucking sideline there in Boston. Mr. Wets himself in the finals. They were in his fucking head.
Wetsies?
Everybody fucking said it. They're in his head. Barkley, all of them, they're in his fucking. He can't even fight. He looks like an average player out there.
You're starting to remind me of a St. Louis Cardinal fan.
No, fuck. Yeah, I just had more parades in all 4 sports. I might add. In fact, do they even have 4 teams there? Oh, they don't. They keep losing the football team. That's how great the fan base is.
They don't have the football team.
That's how great the fucking fan base is. Don't you ever fucking put them in the same sentence with me. It's an insult to me.
They have a Blues.
They have the hockey team. They lost. They had a basketball team. They lost them too. They basically just have.
Who do they have? St. Louis.
The St. Louis Hawks. They're now the Atlanta Hawks.
No way.
Yeah, look that up. Yeah, the Celtics beat them in the finals one year.
I know they had the Rams.
Yeah, they had the Rams. They had the Cardinals first. The St. Louis Cardinals. They couldn't hold the foot.
They were.
Yep. St. Louis Cardinals were first.
The Cardinals were only in Arizona.
No, they came from St. Louis to Arizona.
That's right. So they had both Cardinals.
They lost.
They had
2
football Cardinals and baseball Cardinals. Yeah. You sure?
Yeah. They did.
That's dumb.
I didn't say it made sense. Okay, I'm saying they've lost 2. Think about it. They've lost a professional baseball franchise.
What year was that?
Oh God, it was a while ago. The St. Louis Hawks were basketball. That was their basketball.
I don't think I ever knew that. Oh my God. Because I thought it was like Arizona Cardinals, Phoenix Cardinals. I didn't realize they came.
They might have been St. Louis something. St. Louis had a football team before the Rams, I thought. I was pretty sure.
St. Louis Cardinals. You're right.
Yeah. So
from
they've
1960 to 1987.
So think about this. They lost 2 football franchises. 2. They lost a basketball, and you're comparing. How dare you insult me?
I was
like
just
that?
throwing out a chip.
Yeah, well, throw it back. Throw it back in that freaking.
I didn't. It's not like I said you were
that pot of tears and bitterness.
Dude, it's not like I called you a fucking Dallas Cowboys fan. I called you another.
You would be thrown off this.
I called you another fan base who everybody's always blowing.
People hate Boston because they always win.
Right, but you're blowing them right now.
I'm one of them.
Right, so you're blowing yourself.
I'm blowing myself.
It's disgusting.
We've all tried.
I'm tired of watching it.
He fell off the couch last night.
Never tried. I've never been even remotely flexible enough to even try that. Get the fuck out.
You remember that scene from Clerks? You remember that scene from Clerks when he talked to him in the state and he tried it? And he goes, "You did what? I never did that, man. No. You just said like you did." Like, no, I never said I did it. I said my cousin did it, not me. Like, wow, you're fucking weird. In any event, Jaylen, not to be sidetracked for the 5th time, you have the greatest sports fan base in the world backing you. If they're traveling overseas, if they're talking to overseas, like if they're in Italy or they're in wherever they are, and someone says a bad thing about you, they're going to defend you forever.
And think about. And by the way, think about all those asshole Italians that are going to be saying bad things about him.
Yeah,
in Italy.
Yep.
And you guys, the greatest fan base in the world.
Well, stand up, yeah. Be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Vacationing in. That's right. In southern Italy.
Yep. That's right.
Stand the
fuck up and go, get off him, motherfucker.
You guinea.
You kidding me? Please.
Get your Italian ass out.
Like that dude, yeah. Every time someone doubts him something, he wins another trophy. Go ahead, keep it up. Okay. So, because again, Jaylen Brown is not on this team because he can't play. He's on this team because I believe of that. So,
what was it? Disbelief.
People, well, from a talent perspective, he belongs. But there's there are guys on the team.
Don't stop disbelieving.
Don't stop disbelieving. Don't. So, Jaylen, here's what you do. This is coming from a Celtics fan forever. This is what you do.
I'm dying.
Okay, he's always gonna pee. Okay.
I'm also sweating my ass off.
Take all this crap. Well, he's crying. Take all this crap. All this crap. Wish your teammate well, because this isn't Derek White's fault. So do yourself a favor. Don't knock your teammate. Well, he didn't make the decision. He just answered the phone. Okay, and he didn't know what was going on with you, and he just did it. Okay. So the thing is, don't discredit him. Be a supportive teammate.
Discredit?
He hasn't said anything in support of him. Let's put it that way. And that's bad because Derek White they picked up the phone. And they made it clear a couple weeks ago he was the first alternate. So people knew this. So they did what they were going to do. And he said, yeah, I'm available. Okay? So he played.
What's he supposed to turn it down?
Yeah, he's never been an Olympian. And by the way, given the fact he should have been an all-star, you think Derek White's been screwed over a couple times here too, by the way. He's never complained.
He earned it.
So he earned it. So I'm not knocking. Again, I think Jaylen Brown belongs to his team, but don't be mad at Derek White. That's not a role player, Mr. Murray. Not a role player, no. But Jaylen, here's what you can do. Take all that stuff, stick it up their ass again. Go win another one. Go win. Because you went back-to-back. Exactly. Not many teams have won back-to-back. Larry Bird's Celtics didn't win back-to-back, and they were a dynasty. They won 3 in 5 years. But they didn't go back-to-back.
So, dude, to your point, this is a good thing. Because, let Tatum go. Let Tatum be friendly with these guys. Yeah. Jaylen Brown's going to want to bust every one of their asses. And I hope Jaylen Brown.
I wouldn't want to be Devin Booker next year. I wouldn't want to be you, buddy.
Yeah.
No. Or a few other guys. Yeah. Because Jaylen Brown is only getting, like Tatum, they're only getting better.
Yeah.
So keep your chin up. Don't worry about it. Everybody that knows basketball knows you belong on that team, but Derek White is a great player. He's not a role player. And show support for him. Because you've always done the right thing. So do the right thing now. And I promise you, you're not going to regret it. Because I can tell you this fan base, they will carry you a torch for you forever. Ever. Trust me on that.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing and don't worry about it. Someday they'll come to their senses, hopefully. Okay, and if they don't, no one gives a fuck. Because World Championship rings beat 11 Olympic gold medals no matter what. They just do. They always have. They always will. Nothing's changed.
And there's no reason the U.S. can't win in 4 years.
No, Jaylen Brown could be on this team 4 years from now easily. He'd be 30. But LeBron's 38. And he's on the fucking team. Your window isn't closing here.
Yeah.
So just keep doing what you're doing, and you'll be so fucking good. They'll have to put you on this fucking team. They'll have no fucking choice next time. That's what you can do. Yeah. Make it so they can't even think about it. That's a done deal. You're penciled in before you even go to the meeting. Get there, because you can get there, so do it. Okay? And lastly...
can't see KD there in 4 years.
No, he's retired, so's LeBron. So that's
Steph,
2 right there. Retired. Gone.
Making 4?
Gone. They'll all be gone. So it'll be your time.
Yeah.
So, anyway, lastly tonight, a sad note, RPI to Nader Sidahmed, hope I'm saying it right, passed away last week, 50 years old, way too young, leaves behind 2 sons, an ex-wife, soon to be ex-wife. I'm not going to get into it with all that stuff, but at the end she was there. So, but the brothers, the 2 brothers who were 21, 18, great kids. You got people in your corner. You had a great father, and he was a great guy. Everybody that knew him loved him. So really got to know him, loved him. So you should be proud and honored.
Who is this in relation to you?
He's our best friend, Becky's best friend Sue, who was our maid of honor, her brother, who they grew up with. They went to high school, but Becky knew him almost her whole life.
Yeah.
So this hit my wife very hard. because her best friend was hurting and she couldn't. And we all probably been there at some point when you lose somebody or someone close to you loses somebody, you feel for them. So our deepest sympathies to that family, their father as well, and Godspeed to somebody. Somebody said at the funeral, he's probably upstairs. He's probably up in heaven right now fixing the Wi-Fi. He was that kind of dude. So that's going to do it for tonight. We'll get out of this sweat box. We will return later on in the week. All-Star break and for NFL first look.
Dude, these are the 4 worst days of the sports year.
Baseball, All-Star break. Well, WWE's heating up, though.
Yeah, but they're off now, too.
They are, that's right, because of the Olympics.
If the WNBA
Well, the Olympics
was
do
not on a break-
come up in the 26th, yeah. The Olympics will be fun.
The 26th? But
July.
then baseball's back on by then.
Yeah, but still, we'll have we'll have a lot to talk about. The
So,
Olympics will be
do the
good.
women start practicing for the USA team right now?
I think they do.
And then they play in, 2 weeks?
Yeah. 2 weeks. So
Jeez.
they've practiced before, like this team's been.
So at least baseball comes back, gets us through that week. Then the women start playing Olympics.
Yeah.
When do they start the second half of the season? When's the All-Star break?
Well, it's after the women, it's after the Olympics. The All-Star break is this week, I think.
During
the Olympics?
it?
No, before. The Olympics are on the 26th of July. It's only the 10th today.
I thought this is the Olympic break. Like, I think this was Indiana's last game before the Olympic
For the
break.
women's basketball team, yes.
That's what we're talking
Oh,
about.
I thought you were talking about baseball. The All-Star game, you mean? When is that?
No, I'm saying, when is the women's All-Star game if they're having a Olympic break now?
I would assume they're going to do it sometime before the Olympics. Because that's just one night.
So they're going to do it this week?
Maybe. I don't know when they're doing it. I haven't looked at the schedule. We'll check it out. We'll find out.
I want to see more of the women shooters in the three-point contest.
Well, I hear the lineup's going to be good. The people that are participating.
But I want to see more
They're
of
getting
the
all of
women shooting with the men.
Well, they talked about that. We'll see what happens.
Because remember, they did it with UNESCO last year.
Yeah, that was the first time it ever happened.
They
Again, the men, that's not till February. But because the men ain't coming out and doing, they're all in the Bahamas somewhere right now. They're not coming back.
Well, they're playing a lot of
Or
good ones.
there's the
A lot of
Olympics.
good ones are playing
Yeah, the Olympics. So, yeah, they're not going to be around. But anyway, we will return Wednesday night, and we will update you on that
Yeah,
All-Star
I
game.
want the women to be in the men's one.
Okay, I do too.
In fact,
But I don't know what they're going to do with that. They talked about it. I know that. So.
I'm not saying I want the men to go to the women's All-Star game. I don't think that's going to happen.
Not in an Olympic year. Not with those guys anyway. You won't get Curry. You won't get So, and the rest of them are all older and like Damon Lillard's not coming out to do that right now. He's not. So guys like that. So anyway, but we'll be back on Wednesday night. Hopefully it'll be a little bit cooler out.
Tyler Collect looked good.
And we'll update you with the All-Star game, NFL first look. We'll have some updated questions for both our franchises that neither one looks good right now.
NBA Summer League.
NBA Summer League. We'll talk about that first look.
You're not happy with where Patriots are right now? You don't think they found a diamond in the rough? Well, a diamond in the diamonds?
We'll talk about this on Wednesday. But the short answer is no.
Dude, according to the...
It's not him.
According to the
It's not him.
mid-season...
It's not him.
According to the mid-season...
I don't care about the mid-season.
Allow me, according to the mid-season Hard Knocks...
I don't want to talk about this right now.
Apparently, Brian Daboll was in love with your boy Drake
The
May.
same Brian Daboll who's on the hot seat right now? That Brian Daboll?
Yeah.
Like I said.
I agree with that.
If the shoe fits. Until then, the title will now the question
But
one.
that's why the Patriots...
You guys
wouldn't trade
enjoy Man Up Monday, Tipping Back Tuesday. We will see you on Wet My Whistle Wednesday. The redoubtable and the high question one. You know the drill, America. And that. Streak alive!
Keep going.
Wow, right at the buzzer.
I think that was the
at
that
the
was
buzzer.
my first one of the night.
At the buzzer. See, that's clutch.
That's clutch,
That's
Gene.
clutch. That's clutch.
There's certain things that they're just not tangible. They're not.
You can't teach
statistical.
that.
It's yeah.
Timing, spontaneity.
It's really the secret sauce. It's the secret sauce of everyone
What
who's
does that mean? It was
successful.
wet and runny? You have to check?
Well,
That was kind of weird, moist.
you
That was
could
moist
make
and meaty.
that double entendre, but I was actually speaking more metaphorically about the secret sauce. The secret sauce that binds a successful unit together.
There's the secret sauce and there's the cesspool sauce. That's what that was right now.
Well,
So,
there's the sewage sauce. It's the sewage sauce.
I'm getting sick. This is like the propel out of the colon again. Stop it. See you guys Wednesday.
No, not even near as bad.
Close.